So yes, belief is very, very vital and important, and a lot of us, I feel, are believing in the programming. A lot of us are believing that we are gonna die and we should put on masks. Like, even the concept of wearing a mask, it's like, so okay, I get it now, because at first I didn't understand, but now I do. It's like, the thing is, it's like, with wearing masks, I guess it's supposed to help by prevent you from spreading the germ or whatever. And I'm not even, I really even shouldn't be talking about the coronavirus, because yeah, it's like a super, super weak virus. Even if it's contagious, it's still a weak virus. Like, the measures, we are going, the measures they are, who cares? They, we, is there really a they? The measures that's being taken, it's really unnecessary. Like, we literally really don't need, so what we fucking do need is, maybe we make it a norm for everybody to consume vitamin C, because I hear that, that kills it. We make it a norm that the places where there are a shit ton of people, in a sense, for the time being, be hot. Like, we raise temperatures, we keep the temperatures high. Like, there's so many other ways we can go about this. We go about making it mandatory that people practice meditation, right? Or like practice health regimes to strengthen their immune system. Rather than making it mandatory for people to get vaccinated, why don't we make it mandatory for people to fucking meditate, for people to fucking start taking care of their body. To start taking care of their body. There's so many things we can do, but we choose to do this, right? Like, and then, like, the vaccine, that's gonna be presented to us. It's gonna be very malicious, you can say, very suspicious. Now, this is really the whole reason why this is taking place, so they can introduce the vaccine, which will have microtech in it, which will allow them to digital tag us, so we will be a part of their singularity. Their singularity will be artificial intelligence. Right now, someone made a great point. They were like, can we really, in a sense, where does artificial intelligence become unartificial? Like, in a sense of, like, if something is capable of thinking for itself, making its own decisions, yada yada yada, then how artificial is it? Artificial. Which I think is an interesting statement, because to a degree, human beings are, one way or another, well, we are organic intelligence, yes, OI, but still, right, we, in a sense, are still fleshly suits embodied by certain traits. No. Trait is not the term they use here. We are suits. We are suits who, we are souls who embody a suit, rather, I should say, right? That's all this physical body is, Yes, the singularity, which is a product of Satanism. But it's funny, I don't know if anyone of you guys have seen iRobot, but you know how, like, on iRobot, the singularity, I forget her name. I want to say, I don't think it's Sophia. I did think it was interesting how it was a woman, or had like a feminine feel. But it's interesting how the singularity in iRobot actually ends up destroying humans, because when they created this AI, they programmed it with, I think it was three. They gave it 3 steps and rules to follow: protect humanity, serve humanity, protect humanity, serve humanity, and never kill humanity. Protect humanity, save humanity, act on the best interest of humanity. So this intelligence, this AI, this artificial intelligence, the singularity, as time goes by, it becomes smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. As what it's doing is it is absorbing human nature. It is seeing what humans are like. Now this entity, this being, what it did was, after having absorbed information from humans, it realized that we are our biggest threat. Like, in order for, in a sense, this singularity to protect humans, it had to destroy humans. It had to kill us off, because we were the ones who were the threat to ourselves. Humans were like the threat, and yeah, its job was to save humanity. And it rationalized that the only way to save humanity is to kill humans, like, or I think it was to save the planet, either to save the planet or to kill humans, like, either to save the planets or to save the human race. One way or another, it just felt like it came to the rational realization that humans are the threat, and it needs to eradicate humans to save humans, if this makes sense. But yes, so that really just goes on to show that everything will always go back to the way it's supposed to be, or everything will always rebalance itself. Whoa. I also think it's really interesting, how kind of low-key, you can say, they're kind of like trying to get us comfortable with the idea of like artificial intelligence, living amongst us. You gotta understand, like, they introduce these ideas to us not because they are possibilities. No. I mean, not because it's like something entertaining or interesting, but they are introducing these, movies and ideas to us because they are preparing us. They're preparing us, Even with this coronavirus, a movie I feel that came out quite recently was Bird Box. I don't know if you've seen Bird Box, but Bird Box, right? It was like about this pandemic, and what the fuck? Okay, so oh my god, this is crazy. So in the movie, right, in the beginning, there's like this guy, and he thinks it's it's a virus, right? He thinks it's a virus, and he thinks that it's the Chinese. They spray. It was either the Chinese or the Russians, but I really think he did say the Chinese. Whoa, coincidental, right? So yes, he said that it was the Chinese who they're like, it's biowarfare, and they're spraying stuff on us. He was saying this, he was saying he thinks it's the Chinese, it's biowarfare, they're spraying something in the air, they're spraying something in the air. Now, I find that to be very interesting, because that is kind of what we are going through as well. Well, that is kind of how it started as well, it was like, oh yeah, China, it all started in China, that's one, right? But two, it's like everyone, in a sense, can't go outside because, and it's not a virus, it's like something that I think dealt with more of, it was more spiritual than like a virus, So EMCO, look into the EMCO, electromagnetic plasma changeover. But yes, where people were seeing their worst fears, fear, and everyone was staying inside. Everyone was staying inside, and they had to wear masks. They had to wear like masks on their eyeballs, whereas we have to wear masks on our faces. And yes, it's like, boom, like when you reflect on that and you think, then boom, you do realize that, like, holy shit, like, what the fuck, like, this is no coincidence. But on top of that, we also have to reflect back on, this is the end. There was this movie that came out around 2012, 2013, and it was called This Is the End. Now in this movie, this is the end. Oh shit, there's so many fucking movies. Also look into Good Omens. Good Omens. It's a show that's on Amazon Prime. Good Omens. But yeah, I feel like subliminally, one way or another, we have been being prepared, for what is coming. Even with the movie, the End Games, with Kronos. Was his name Kronos? Please tell me his name was not Kronos. Because if his name was Kronos, that'd be great. I forget the dude's name. Yeah, the guy who was going around destroying, wanting to get rid of half of the universe's population. Yo, what the fuck? Because I feel like they're literally portraying, they're literally portraying to us the agenda, what is gonna go on, in this day and age, because humans are so docile. Information isn't hidden from us; it's hidden in front of us. it's hiding in plain sight, as we say. But so yes, you guys, if I want you to take anything from this video, it's to understand that you don't only have a physical body that you should be trying to invest in, or that you should be worried about. You don't just have a physical body. A lot of people are stuck in the physical body. You actually have more than a physical body. You have an emotional body, a spiritual body, an energetic body, and they all work in unison with one another. Yes, the physical body works in unison with these other bodies as well, but in times like these, when the physical body, in a sense, can't really 100% be dependent upon, like what I'm getting at is, it's like, let's say that we human beings run out of resources, because I'm not saying we're gonna run out of resources because we don't have enough food, but let's say we run out of resources because that's just kind of how they try to make it, if this makes sense. So we run out of resources, right? Food. Now chaos. Because everyone is invested, or everyone is like indulged, or everyone is indoctrinated under the idea that you do need to take care of the body. I'm not saying you don't need to, but I'm saying, like, the physical body is not the only thing. Just because food is running out, please don't freak out. Freaking out is the last thing you should be doing. Fear is the last thing we should be doing. Fear literally clouds your judgment. Fear literally jeopardizes your health. Fear is it is a disease, right? Fear is a fucking disease. Like, the fear of things makes that thing more scarier than it actually is. The fear of bugs makes bugs much more terrifying than they actually are. Bugs are so fucking harmless, even spiders, I feel like. Well, it depends, because nature can be ruthless, and sometimes the spider's just trying to eat. Ugh. So I bring that up because my friend, he was telling me a story about how when he was 6 years old, he had woken up to dozens and dozens of spiders on him, and they were literally feasting on him, feasting off of him. He got rushed to the hospital, he almost died, but yes, nevertheless. But yes, one way or another, fear is necessary. Fear, it was embedded within us to protect us. It's one of the reasons why we're still here, because our ancestors knew better than to jump in front of a predator, jump in front of a predator, or jump off of cliffs, or this and that, certain fears are set to protect us, but certain fears are dumb, I guess you can say. And what is happening is, the world we lived in, the world we developed in, was a world where fear was necessary. But this world that we live in today, this world that we live in now, fear cannot be, fear doesn't have a place, like, fear cannot, in a sense, have a place in your heart, you can even say, like, we had reasons to fear, but now we don't. But the thing is, in a sense, you can kind of say, like, we are, I don't want to say outdated, but we, in a sense, still run under the same human natures. We still run under this, like, to a degree, like, our, the things that make us humans, really, the things that make us who we are, the things that make us what we are, in a sense, are still strongly, embedded within us, if this makes sense. Like, in a sense, the things that make us who we are, the things that made our ancestors are still what make us. But like, we needed fear back in the day, but now we don't need fear, but fear still exists. Well, to a degree, we don't need fear. So we still have this ability to, under the right circumstances, tap into that energy, and yes, tap into that energy of fear, where we're not even thinking straight or anything. So now, if love is the opposite of fear, and yes, it's true that love takes place on all levels, most definitely, but there is, in a sense, you can say, a love molecule or a love chemical, oxytocin, right? Why do I say this? I bring this up because as human beings, we are pack animals. The reason why we were able to be pack animals is because the reasons why we were capable of being and staying packed animals is because of the oxytocin chemical. There are ultimately 4 major chemicals that make humans humans: endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and I want to say oxytocin. Yes, the oxytocin aspect of it, is that good feeling you get from touching someone. That good feeling you get, that sense of belonging you get, from being in someone's presence. This was very vital and important. It's why, as human beings, we are still where we are. Just oxytocin is very vital and important. But it's funny because in a sense they kind of try to, in a way, target our chemicals, brain chemicals, like, because the only disorders come about when there are imbalances, imbalances. An imbalance is the root of all disease. Stress comes about because of imbalances. But yes, you guys, I hope that you have taken something from this. Definitely do let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, definitely don't forget to share, like, and comment. Like, leave a comment below, and yeah, leave a comment below on your thoughts on this. Because it really is all just fear porn. Like, the news, what they are fucking doing is they're really just making people fear, right? But yes, thank you, and as I always say, namaste. Don't forget to subscribe, and peace. Have a blessed, beautiful day.